Now, when it comes to finding products on Amazon, now obviously there are a lot of products here. It can be very, very difficult for you to find some. Now, you might already have some ideas, so you can come in here and you can do a search. You may have a particular category that you're interested in. You may want to do power and hand tools. You might be interested in jewellery or whatever it might be. Or you might look at something on the front page and think, I fancy selling that. It's difficult to say, as I said, there's lots and lots of different ways you can do it. You can go through any of those ways. Alternatively, if you go to amazon.com/bestsellers, Amazon will tell you what's selling very well on their site. Now we can look at the best sellers, we can look at what's top rated, we can look at what's hot and new, which is often very good because you can get ahead of the competition. We can look at movers and shakers, what's most gifted and what's most wished for. So this is what's given to people most. This is what most people wish they had. And you can see here, it gives you a hint in some of the categories here, what's selling very well. So what's in software, TurboTax, obviously it's tax time of year, that's serving well. You can see with the music, you can see some of these games, these helicopters are selling well. So, these look very good. Now, what you can do is you look at this figure here. How many days in the top 100 has it been? If you're looking for something, a solid seller, then something like this Bananagrams, it's been 850 days. That's over 2 years in the top 100. So that would tell me it's a consistent seller. So let's say we'd want to look at this and see, well, what is it like? Is it any good? So we click on that and see, well, it's $15. So our commission on that at 4% is, we're going to get 40-50 cents. We're not going to get a lot of money for it. So you do have to say, well, it's probably not worth promoting that. But you can see that people often buy those together and save a bit of money. We can see that 90% of the people that hit this page buy. So when somebody comes here, 90% of the time they'll buy this, and occasionally they'll go and buy something else. So what I would do is, we'll talk about some of the strategies later on. Some of our strategies is to sell lower price items, and then you sell a large volume of them so that you increase your commission rate, because the Amazon commission rates are tiered. So what you may do is say, well, this is worth promoting. I know I'm not going to earn a lot, but it's selling like hotcakes, so I might find that I sell 1 or 2 of these a day. So you could end up with 30 to 60 of these a day, a month, which will boost you up from 4% to sort of 6 or 7%. So it's possibly well worth doing, but the price is a little bit low, to be perfectly honest. It's one of those things you'd have to decide whether or not it's for you. But if we go back, then let's have a look at this. These 2 helicopters. Let's have a look at this one. They look fairly similar. This is 30. Well, look at that. Look at the huge saving on that. Now that says either it's a special offer or it's going out of fashion. It's a product that they're trying to sell their stock off. So again, I don't know whether I'd do anything with this, to be perfectly honest. Let's go back and have a look. We'll look through some more. What we do is, this is real live customer research, if you like, product research. Let's have a look at yellow one. Have a look at that. Again, big saving on that. It tends to say to me that they're running it down for some reason. If it's 75% off, that usually means it's going to be out of stock soon, and maybe it's been replaced with a new model. So we can pick any category we want. So let's go and have a look in musical instruments, for example. So we can see here what the most popular ones are. This one here, a sustain pedal. It's only $17 though. That's a shame, because look how long it's been in the top 100. It's been in there, God knows how many years is that? That's about 4 or 5 years. You can see there's quite a lot of reviews, 132. It's got a good star rating. That says to me, that says it's a very good product. But again, it's a bit on the low price side. And again, you can see here some of these other ones. This one here, this one again. Long time in the top 100. If I was doing the site about guitars, perhaps I would include something like this in it. But for $10, for 40-50 cents commission, it's probably not worthwhile unless you can make an awful lot of sales with it. And you can scroll down and you see many of these items, these really, really hot sellers, are pretty low in price. So it tells you that they sell a lot, but are they any good for you? Well, probably not really. So let's have a look at recording equipment, for example. Okay, so we've got some memory cards there. That's a little bit more expensive. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive. So let's look for multi-track recorders. Okay, now you can see that these are higher in price now. So it doesn't tell us now what how many days have been in the top 100. But what it does tell us is we can look at the reviews here. That will help us, and we can look at the price. So you know, this looks like a good one, 43% saving. Now advertising that on your website, the fact that it's 43% off, almost 50% off, will get a lot of people to buy it. If they're looking for this and they see that instead of paying $700 they can pay $400, you know, you got to be a bit daft not being funny. A lot of people are going to go, yeah, I'll buy it. So that's one of the big selling points. Now look down here as well. This one here, the Tascam digital recording workstation, that's down from $1,200 to under $500. So that's 60% off. That's going to be a very good selling point. Again, you know, the price. And we can scroll down and we can see lots and lots of other products as well here. So you can see some out of stock. You can see there's that one. Let's have a look what else we've got. We've got another one here. Solid state recorder. You're saving 36% there. And so on and so forth. So basically it's up to you to just pick one. You know, you pick one and then we have to do some keyword research, work out what keywords to target and decide what's a good way forward from there. Something like this hasn't got any reviews, so I probably wouldn't do anything with it unless I was comfortable writing about it. So I tend to always look for something with some product reviews, because the product reviews will help you to write your reviews, help you to you know, just make it sound really, really good, like you've owned it and used it. So you know, we can see the ones at the top here have got some. So if we go back to, let's go back to recording equipment once more. I'll just show you, we'll just have a look at another couple. Let's look at let's look at signal processors. Actually, that's quite a good one. So again, we've got a few cheaper ones there. We scroll down, we've got this one here. That's $500. There's another one here. It's 62% off. That's got a very, very good review. 5 out of 5. So it's 62% off. That's a good deal. Again, big selling point is that'll attract a lot of people. And you can see there's plenty of different opportunities in there. So basically, you sort of select one like this one here. This one looks really, really good. 4.5 out of 5, and it's 57% off. So let's say we're going to be interested in this one. So this is what you do. You look through, you find something that you feels good, and then you do some keyword research. So let's now go on to the next video, and we'll do some keyword research and see what we can find, and that's going to help us to make our decision on what we are going to buy.